Like sorry to flex on y'all. April 21st, the butt crack of dawn. I arose at my hostel only to be whisked away by a group of strangers in a van. We stopped for a quick breakfast before crossing the border. We're at the Chile border leaving.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Chile, Bolivia border.
I don't know. These are my friends from Brazil. We just met. I don't know. It's our group. Hi guys. And we're going to a really high altitude today. So I've been gifted some cocoa leaves. Thank you very much. And we're gonna try it. So love it. South America things.
Try to get ice on.
Am I?
Yep.
Tastes like tea.
Yep.
Cool. Quite bare.
It was bad.
Yeah, it's right there, baby. I got acquainted with the other people in my van. We began seeing the sights at Laguna Blanca and consumed some more coca, which, if you don't know, is what they use to make cocaine. It's supposed to help with altitude sickness and kind of makes your mouth numb. So we're in a hot spring and he's in his coat. It was so beautiful. We ate lunch and then were confronted by some very serious wind. I was literally shaking in my boots. This is the Salvador Dali Desert, but it sounds better in Spanish, but I'm not about to butcher that for you. Next, we went to this geyser that was definitely dangerous, and I was scared for my life. Something was bubbling beneath the surface of the ground, but it was still really cool and beautiful, but it was also so cold. Next, we arrived at the Colored Lagoon. I was pretty excited because I knew that I was going to see flamingos, and they did not disappoint. It was so cool. It was also my first time seeing alpacas in the wild. I am pretty sure that they are alpacas. Apparently this place was going to be one of the 7 new wonders of the world, but there weren't enough photographs to make it make the list. Finally, we headed to the hotel, which was very cold. We were surprised by a feast of Bolivian soup, quinoa, and meat. The next day, we had pancakes with dulce de leche and fruit for breakfast and headed on to the next adventure. Do you guys remember the Vine where the boy goes, "Grandma, you smell like dust"? Because that was all I could think about when editing. I feel like only my best friend and I know about it, but it's honestly hilarious. 10 out of 10 comedy. Rip Vine. These cars create so much dust. You see that? We walked through this little town and found that it was filled with signs telling people that they shouldn't pollute, otherwise they'll get kicked in the butt or something. We then crossed a little creek to see llamas. I think they're llamas. I honestly had a hard time telling llamas and alpacas apart. Apparently llamas are honestly dangerous, and I thought that these guys really had a little fire in their eyes. I was kind of scared, but they didn't charge us, which is apparently what llamas do, so they were pretty chill. Also, it was so cute to see all the mama and baby alpacas or llamas. Oh my god. I was really having the time of my life. It was fantastic. We then were driven to the first location of the day, and the cameras came out. I really want you.
What? You want me?
I want you. In that hat.
Is the Valley of Rocks.
Ah, I could have guessed. The guide is always telling us where we are, but it's in Spanish, and I speak the least amount of Spanish in the car, so someone always has to translate for me, but even then I'm like, what? But it's beautiful here. It's so much warmer than yesterday. I was freezing. Luckily last night the other girls on the trip lent me clothes for the cold hotel, but we're doing good now. That's beautiful. We then climbed a rock formation and took in the view. Wave for YouTube.
A few moments later.
Amazing effort. Thank you. I'm in Bolivia. The sounds of nature. Do you hear the wolves? Is that what they are? The wolves?
No, it's a little monkey called Mateus Piroli.
So much nature here.
You can make a llama noise.
We then made the treacherous trek down the rock formation and continued our photo shoot. I thought that whatever I was doing would look really cool, but it really didn't.
Gremio. Oh,
We drove past some more llamas or alpacas. Let me know which. I feel like these are llamas. We then arrived at this beautiful location. There were some alpacas grazing in the water. Yeehaw is right, Mateus. Apparently I'm the first person to have slipped and fell in that pile of wet. And of course I only have 3 pairs of pants with me, so luckily Charlotte's lent me hers.
Vamos, vamos, vamos.
Time to vomit. Vamos. This is my new look. These are what my shoes look like now. You can't even see how bad they are. So, I'm so scared in these flip-flops. Even though I was scared for my life, yet again the views were quite spectacular. Finally, it was time to relax with some interesting local beers.
Cheers.
I don't know how to describe that.
It tastes like normal beer.
It tastes like normal beer at first, but there's an aftertaste. It's good.
Cheers.
Oh, you're drinking as well. Oh.
Yeah! This was our view while we sipped our beers. Yet again, it was quite dusty, but it was really interesting to imagine what it would be like to live there. Hola, amigos. I still feel very insecure about my Spanish. I've actually picked up a few phrases, but not many. This echo is really crazy actually, but this is my first moment alone. We are in a hotel made of salt, and my roommate's not here right now. I'm about to shower. The past few days have been so incredible, and I'm just in love with this place and traveling. The group I'm with is really great. Wow, this is really made of salt, and it sparkles. And it like falls if you stroke it. My shower is probably gonna be freezing because everyone else is showering right now, but it's all about your mind. I'm just feeling really good, and I love traveling. I don't know, I'm just having a good time. Toodles. Dinner consisted of wine, more soup, and a lot of potatoes. We noticed that the ground outside was sparkly because it was salt.
Una chica.
Hola. Then Marite vlogged. Hola.
¿Cómo estás? ¿Qué te parece? Well, how do you like this hotel? Salt Hotel.
Bueno.
Bueno, de sal. Nunca pensé. La cama es de sal.
Okay, she licked the wall, and I would not go that far, but the next morning we arose bright and early. I think it was 4:30 a.m. and we had to leave by 5. This is especially shaky. I'm sorry, I was in a moving vehicle. We then watched the sunrise over the Salar de Uyuni.
Enjoy the cold.
Oh, so cold. Even though me, the fool, did not know to bring waterproof shoes, I was not missing a single photo opportunity. And so I returned to the depths of the salt flat. It was covered in about 5 inches of ice cold water in my Stan Smiths. First of all, our feet are so cold. We're the only people without waterproof shoes.
It is a once in a lifetime thing.
Here's a lot of footage of the same sunrise. Please just take in the view. I wish this was what every sunrise looked like. Honestly, I'm gonna be disappointed in the future. We got back in the van and I tried to get warm, but not before taking this classic picture. They truly had to fish me out of the van just to get me to stand in the water for 2 more minutes. It was horrible. I know I'm complaining about my freezing cold toes. I really thought I had frostbite, but in all seriousness, it was so beautiful and I'm so grateful that I got to go here. It was honestly a dream come true. We drove a little more and got somewhere where we were told that we were gonna have breakfast, but then our driver just gave us some chocolate. I wasn't complaining. But then we walked around this cactus island for about an hour. The altitude really got to me then. I needed water, but I didn't have any. I honestly thought I was gonna pass out, but then I just focused on trying to take photos of it. It looked like an island filled with desert cacti in the middle of a snowy plain. Truly a sight to behold and unlike anything I've ever seen before. We sat at the top of the island for a while. My group moved slower than the rest of the groups on every single day, but especially today. We really took in the view and just were thankful for the experience. It was pretty spiritual, if I must say so myself. My Stan Smiths are wrecked, and it's cold here, so We're doing good. This is the world's largest salt flat. I've never seen anything like it. The videos speak for themselves. This has got to be the prettiest place I've ever eaten breakfast in my entire life. Then the gang continued with our shenanigans and we marched forth. But here's the driver because he doesn't get enough attention in this video.
Hola.
Hola.
¿Cómo te llamas?
To a donde?
¿Qué haces?
¿Dónde eres?
Donde era? Ah! Droid shoes. Rest in peace, my guy. Onward ho. We were in the center of the salt flat and could see no one else for miles. We immediately began taking the perspective pictures that the salt flats are famous for. I was not feeling the perspective pics, so I asked them to dance with me because have you ever seen an Indie Blue video? But we had just met 2 days before, so it was mad awkward.
It's like, are you high or what? We are. High altitude, baby.
We then just did our own thing, took GoPro selfies, actual selfies, threw some fruit around, you know, the norm. I saw the reflection of the sun in a tiny puddle on the ground and it was really giving me H2O vibes. Then the photo shoots continued, of course.
1, 2, 3, come on. A what?
Baby diva.
My rising's in Leo.
What are those? Then we carried on and jammed out to Queen, of course. We then arrived at the monument for the Paris-Dakar rally. All I know is that the races were held in Bolivia at some point, but I don't know why there's this huge monument. I think that the flags are for the countries of the competitors. Nevertheless, we took photos of the monument. I admired this man in the salt flat on his motorcycle and wished I were him. And these people came in possibly wedding attire. New Yorkers. Yeah. Are we just like stupid? We're not meant for the outdoors, I don't think. We then went to the train cemetery for the squad's final photo shoot. This was a train that used to actually run in Bolivia.
Welcome home.
We then had our final meal together.
You guys look so sad. Those eyes, you could be an actor in like sad commercials. I love this. Did you get to hear?
Yes, I got it here.
Beautiful. So nice.
Then the tour was over and off to La Paz we went. I'll see you guys in the next video, Bolivia Part 2. Signing off. Adios and hasta luego.